Hey guys, Adam here from DirectionTrader.com. It's about 2:30 here on Monday the 22nd. I hope everybody had a really good weekend. And let's go over some of these markets. We're starting off with crude here right now. What is going on with crude? We've had the nice little drop here. We talked last week about not getting too worried about this little push to the upside. I kept on talking, well, not until we break through any resistance do I have any type of change in my bias in crude. We've been looking for shorts all last week and this week, and sure enough, today we got some more shorts. So no fear there. We had a nice push to the downside. But if I pull this up here, guys, you're going to see where these lows are. This support that we were talking about all last week. We do have this support down here. We're not far from it. So if we open up tomorrow and we are able to crack down below here, I'll continue to look for shorting opportunities until we get down in here, and I'll probably be taking the foot off the gas somewhere down in here around these 89s. Anything below the 90s is starting to get a little testy, but down near these 89s will probably start to take the foot off the gas just a little bit to the downside, and then maybe look for some possible rollover opportunities. Now, say we come in tomorrow morning and we get a little pop here. I don't see anything wrong as long as we're above today's low. I don't see anything wrong with taking some micro opportunities to the long side, as long as you're using the 5 or 15 minute momentum. So if the 5-minute chart starts to roll to the upside, let me just do a hypothetical here for you real fast. If tomorrow we open up here and we're holding these lows, holding the previous day's lows, and we're starting to push to the upside, if we're getting some of these moving averages to start pointing up and getting underneath us and pointing to the upside, I don't see too much wrong with taking a long or a short term pop to the upside. Say as long as the 5 or 15 minute momentum is with you, because we do have a lot of room here up until that's 21 and 8 period moving averages. So as long as we're above today's low and the moving averages and the momentum has started to point to the upside, there's nothing wrong with taking a short term pop. Now the other side of that would be if we break through to today's low and we start to sell off, I will still continue to look for shorter opportunity, guys. A market's still pointing down. No reason for me to disagree here. The only thing is we are testing these lows right here, and if we get a pop, we could get a 1 or 2 day intraday rally back up towards this 21 period moving average. And if that's the case, you could probably take advantage of it, just making sure you're above them previous day's lows. That's the support, because that's where we're holding that right now as we speak. So that's my analysis on crude going into tomorrow. Let's quickly peek over at these stock index futures. Boy, what a drop here, guys. Had a nice run to the upside here on the S&P, on pretty much all the stock index futures. But at this point, we had that pullback. We found that support that we were talking about 2 weeks ago every single day in the video. We had our pop last week, and now we're starting to roll over. We retested the highs, and we had Friday, which was a big down day in the Russell. But we had a down day there, and then now we're looking for this thing to pull back just a little bit more. So at this point, we've not broken through any lows, so I'm not bearish. You'll never hear me say that until we break through some type of low. And even that is probably not going to be too long term. So is this the end all be all to the upside? Is it over? Is it going to start dropping from here? I just don't see it happening. I do see it possibly chopping sideways for a little bit, but I do not see us tanking from here forever. If that's the case, that's fine. We'll eventually catch on, but right now I'm not going to be selling the farm up here. I'm just waiting here. If we start to come down and retest these lows, I'm going to look for buying opportunities off the lows. But as far as from a short-term perspective going into tomorrow, if we're below today's low, I'll look to short down to these lows. And if we are above yesterday or today's high or today's low, which will be tomorrow, which will be the previous day's lows. So if we open up tomorrow and we're trading above today's lows, I'm going to start looking for further upside opportunity. And that goes the same for all the stock index futures. So which way we're going to go, we're kind of at that bullish above, bearish below mentality for right now. So that's the way I'm going to play it. So hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you have any questions, you can always email me, Adam@DirectionTrader.com. If not, I really appreciate you watching. Hope you had a good weekend, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Have a good afternoon.